Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 21st of March. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, let's just jump straight into it this morning because
Okay.
we've smashed the industry rates this last weekend.
Industry clearance rates you're referring to?
Yes, so we've smashed them. But
What was the rate?
we're boasting now, Gary, about the industry at 65%
Yep.
and us at 73.3%. So towers go up.
Boast music come out.
Boast
I think we should. Yeah, we'll like a bit
sprinkle
of
some confetti
Ooh,
over the towers.
Just a little. No champagne.
But
just
the
confetti.
big question is, Gary, when we've cleared 73.3%, is that a boast or is it just because we've beaten our average competitors?
Well, I think beating the competitors is always worth boasting about, Phil, and always fun and always joyous. And I suppose, we'll take it, won't we? Let's not argue about it. Let's not debate it.
Just so the viewers can keep up with the speed of this hard-hitting show.
Oh, yeah.
Is 73.3% something to boast about? At what figure do we genuinely boast? Is it 70, is it 75, or is it 80?
It's sufficient greatness for us to be enthusiastic and boastful. Let's leave it at that. Let's talk a little bit about the weekend that was, Philip. Very hot on Saturday, wasn't it?
It was.
Very hot
It was.
and steamy.
It kind of snuck up on us.
Yeah.
It was steamy.
What was going on inside your suit by 4:30?
It was humid. Look, Gary, for me, I'm just cool. It doesn't matter what the weather is. I'm just cool because I'm focused on the outcome, which is the best possible result for ourselves.
Are you worried about the children that are watching this show?
Yes, so viewers, I just found myself turning.
You know where I'm going. Yeah, didn't take long, did it?
You're going
to
try and draw me into this position, aren't you? Yeah,
Hey, have a look down here.
You find, you're like the
cruel
you're like the
humour,
no, you're like the bully at school, Gary. You look at the kids and you find out their weakest spot, and then you drill into that weakest spot. You're like a bully.
Do you know what? I wasn't a bully. I was more a stirrer. I think there's a difference. The bully people were scared of. The stirrer they kind of were amused by at the same time as feeling a bit something not right. So
is the stirrer really just a bully in sheep's clothing?
No, I don't think so. I think a stirrer is very different to a bully, Philip. But
so you're not bullying me about this red
this red festering bubo on your head. I'm not.
I looked in the mirror today.
Did you put on any makeup?
And I thought about what was that famous musical Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, you look like the Phantom.
I've got
I thought
the
of that.
Phantom of the Opera thing happening here, Gary, without the mask. Yeah. Viewers, if you're worried about me, is it contagious?
Awful. Oh, God.
It's not contagious. This is light therapy. Thank you to my fabulous dermatologist who is responsible for keeping me looking so young and fresh. This is not a cosmetic procedure.
And
this is a
health
preventative skin cancer light therapy that I'm indulging.
And what I like is that, and there's a drawer popping out here at me, but what I like, Phil, is that you were so quick to come back to me because I said, I don't know if you should be doing auctions today, and you said, well, unlike you, I only got half my face done, and you've had your whole face done, and I really did scare kids away, I think. And
you did. So during COVID, you had this done to your entire face.
Yeah, I think it was before COVID, actually.
And all I can tell you, if you think this is scary, if I'd had my whole face done, it'd be pulsing at
exactly right. I'd have to have the air conditioning on for a week.
Anyway, viewers, if you haven't had a skin checkup, go to your GP, go to your dermatologist, go to your skin specialist, go to the mole doctor.
Yeah, we're not what we were.
Who's not a sexually promiscuous doctor. It's a mole, a doctor that specializes.
Not a doctor, it's a mole.
Specialises in moles.
It's a very 70s humour there. Very inappropriate. And I guess if you're watching this show, you know what you're getting. Anyway, let's just get down to real estate, Phil. Talk about some of the results that were. And I'm going to tell you, Phil, and I know you don't like me using this term, but flats are back, Phil. Flats are back.
Apartments.
I know, you're always correct with apartments.
We don't have flats, we have apartments.
Apartments. Anyway, flats are back. Hey, by the way, I mentioned to you during the week, and I'm going to pick it up with you, Kingston Park in Cootamundra. Had a call of somebody in Cootamundra telling me that Kingston Park is in Cootamundra, and is it any connection to the Kingston family? Because they were frolicking in Kingston Park in Cootamundra. So, because we did have a little garden in a school with the Pier Kingston Garden at one stage that we donated. Is the Kingston Park something that is named because there was a actual crime committed there by the Kingstons, or is it some other connection to the Kingston, or just like I was saying?
Viewers, if you come into Cootamundra from the Jugeong side,
and why would you?
Jugeong might be a bit of a shout out to those of you that have been to the pub in Jugeong, which is now like the trendiest place to be. And when I was growing up, it was just quietly a
You can't say, we'll S that, we'll buzz that out.
We'll buzz that
Yeah.
out. But it was.
Is
and now-
Jugeong where the long track pantry is?
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
fantastic.
Well, exactly. But
it's the
let's
best
be
place.
clear.
Yeah.
For 100 years, it
Okay.
was not the best
No,
place.
okay. The
Now
pub's
it's
up the back
Now
of
it's
it,
trendy.
yeah.
Do you know? Just as an aside, so that's on the Hume Highway.
Yeah, off the Hume Highway,
Off
yeah.
the Hume Highway.
Yeah, very close.
What was the guy, the Bourne Identity? What was the actor from the Bourne Identity?
Matt.
Come on, cameraman. The Bourne Identity.
Matt
Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
We got it.
So Matt Damon
there, yeah.
stopped there for some unknown reason,
Yes.
and put it on Instagram. You know, having a drink at
The long track
whatever
pantry,
it's
yeah.
called, and it went viral, and now it's the trendiest place.
But it
on
was
the
good
planet.
before that
But if
too.
you come into Cootamundra from the Jugeong side, just before the train crossing on the right hand side, there is this miserable little park. Like, it is miserable. It's a little housing block. There's not a botanic gardens. But it was donated by my family.
There you go.
Probably because we wanted to get a rezoning through.
Yeah, or a rebate on some cattle or something like that. Yeah.
There was some story
Scam,
that has
some
been
Kingston scam,
whitewashed
yeah.
since
Yeah,
that
exactly
time.
right.
But there is a park, lovely park,
There you
and
go, Kingston Park.
there's
Your name spreads wide and far, doesn't
we're
it?
philanthropists, Gary.
Philanthropist. Yep. Flats are back, Phil. I want to get back to that. 25 bidders, separate people bid on apartments with Gary Perrott Associates over the weekend. It was 25, and there were probably another 5 or 10 that didn't get a chance to put their hand up.
Interesting, Gary, because the market is challenging.
Yes,
right. We're still
it is.
selling everything we get, and
Yeah.
the prices are okay.
It's not the march we wanted, is it?
Yeah,
No.
but
Passing the hat around.
On balance, I think you're right that flats are back, apartments are back. Because,
flats are back sounds better.
Because
Just a statement.
We sell a lot of apartments in our
do.
organisation,
Yep.
but they seem to be going quite well.
Yep.
So interesting. The investors are coming back to the market as rents have gone up dramatically.
Well, they have.
And also,
Yep.
we've got tenants that are now, they've got their latest increase because rents have gone up dramatically.
They have.
And they're looking at it and going, well, maybe I should be buying. So I think we're seeing a bit of buying activity from people that have been tenants
Yep.
that are saying, well, at least if I buy my own apartment, the rent and the interest rate cost are probably similar. But more importantly, it means I'm not going to be getting a rent increase all the time. And on top of it, I'm guaranteed certainty about staying.
So tenants become buyers for
Yep.
not much more. I think they're comfortable with the interest rates. I think they know that the cycle is at the top and maybe even will come back, which is being talked about widely.
Interesting article in Saturday's Age, Gary,
Yep.
where a well-known banking economist
Was it about the golden slipper?
is coming out, not about the golden slipper, is
Okay.
coming out saying 2024 and 2025 will be years of progressive interest rate reductions.
There you go.
So I'm going to make a bold call like I did at the auctions on the weekend, Gary. I'm saying there's going to be people that are going to look back and say, I was a genius, I was lucky to have bought in 2023, because I personally think that you will see, as soon as we see interest rates level, and as soon as we start to see them come down, it will be game back on in the property
Well,
market.
let's talk about what's happened, because it's been interesting. I mean, you and I are old timers.
Old
around,
schoolers.
Old school, old time. Been around forever, right? Since Noah was a kid. But I've got to say, Phil, that interestingly, we saw properties in Melbourne always moving on a very sort of gradual cycle, very conservative. Sydney was always a bit boom bust, and Melbourne was always kind of a bit slower. But then we found 2017, height of the market.
Yep.
About August 2000, things went crazy. Then things went really a bit off the boil after that.
18, 19.
They did. Then, of course, came the pandemic before you know it. It went up just before the pandemic. Pandemic was very strong, property prices, unexpectedly, and now it's sort of come back again. So the next, is it going to go up again? We've just seen it.
Well,
it's like we've watched this play many times. We know how it ends.
We just know that when it kicks, and it always does kick, viewers, the one thing that we're always shocked about is how quickly the market takes a 10 to 20% jump. No one's ringing the bell at the top, no one's ringing the bell at the bottom, but when the market does kick, overnight, you'll see frenetic activity, and there'll be a 10 to 20% jump in the market. And those people that bought in 2023, you might have bought a month or two too early, but at the end of the day, once you find the house or the apartment that you love, just go for it, because I think now is the time.
So take a note, record this episode number 6,342 or whatever the episode number it is that we're recording. Watch it, can it, put it aside, and come back to it and say, they were right.
Very long introduction.
Hey, it's just a bit of community corner, Phil.
Yes,
Lots of
community
stuff
corner.
going on now. I think the fact that we're all free and back in the free state of Victoria.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. The Caulfield Primary School, or Caulfield Junior College, or
Yes,
whatever it's now.
corner of
It used to be
Stanley
called
Street and Balaclava
which
Road.
we're looking at
North
right now,
Caulfield,
Caulfield North. They've got their fete on the 26th. There's a fete at the King David School. I think it might be also this weekend. There was just the In One Voice concert that happened in Elstonwick. There's a lot of things going on now. There's a lot of music happening.
Awesome, Gary. It's
we've
a
just had
beautiful
Moomba. They've got Grand Prix. It's good and the sun's shining. I love Melbourne this time of year, Phil.
I love autumn because it gets hot for a moment.
Yep.
Then it cools down. I love that kind of change in temperature that happens across one day. Gary,
okay, let's talk about
give us
some of the
some
results.
facts.
I'll give you some facts, Phil. Don't you worry about that, young man. 16 McGuinness Street in Bentley East was one of the thumping auctions of the weekend. Expected to sell, possibly in the 7s or maybe 8s, but lo and behold, Philip got into the 9s. $960,000 was what the price was for that. I had the pleasure, Philip, of doing Shanahan Crescent in McKinnon with Jan Dosen. 5 bidders competed for that property, which sold for $1,217,000. Most delightful vendors who are moving into Caulfield area, Philip, and that
Beautiful.
there's a lot of that going on, by the way.
Yep.
Hey, a couple of interesting things I want to talk about, Phil. People moving, people used to say, particularly in Caulfield, they used to say, oh, we want people to come from Armidale, Malvern, Toorak. They hardly ever do, or just about never. But I tell you where they are coming from. They're coming from Ormond, they're coming from McKinnon, they're coming from Bentley East, and now, Phil, lo and behold, they are coming from the west. We've had a number of people that have bought from Point Cook, someone from Williamstown. So the west is moving across the Westgate Bridge.
West to the east.
I don't think they could stand them waiting anymore on that bloody bridge. I think they've had enough of it, Phil.
The west to the east. Normally it's the east to the west.
Yes.
The west to the east in this circumstance. Gary, like to talk about 499 Kooyong Road.
I had that marked here.
Is it disclosed or undisclosed?
It's undisclosed.
Undisclosed.
As you expect, always
So all I
the
can
good
tell
ones
you,
are.
viewers, is that it sold in excess of the reserve price quite significantly.
Yeah, 5 bidders.
More importantly, we had 5 people bidding for it. So again, it goes to show that if the property's right, the price is right, the buyers are responding. 5 people bidding, that's as good as it gets.
Expecting to get up to around 1.7, Phil, but actually
sold well in excess of that for price undisclosed.
6 and 64 Alma Road, apartment that Michael Jonas handled. Jeremy Rose's auctioned that. Again, 3 bidders for that apartment, Philip. Sold for $660,000. Mernda Avenue, Carnegie, handled by Arlene Joffe and Daniel Peer. Phil, that one went right off the charts. I think the reserve was in the mid-7s or low to mid-7s, and was expected to get somewhere in that, possibly in that range. Sold for $851,000 and a record for that property type, Philip. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 parking. So well done to Arlene, who is a record setter and got a great price. And look, what we haven't sold yet, and I think we should talk about, is 24 Langdon Road, because that is the most magnificent parcel of land.
It is, Gary, 818 square metres of land on the west side with a northern orientation, because you've got a single-storey house next door. The house is demolished. You can get straight into whatever you want to do there, subject to council approval, of course. One property that I did pass in on the weekend is 624 Inkerman Road in Caulfield North. This is an absolute buy, because you can buy this under $1.9 million.
Okay.
It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom town residence, one of only 2, north-facing back garden, double lock-up garage. That new is $2.5 to $3 million. So I think that's an outstanding buying opportunity.
Now, Phil, as you know, mid-century architecture is one of the passions of yours and mine. And I have had the great pleasure of going to Palm Springs, Philip, and doing a mid-century architecture tour.
You are. You're one step in front of me in architecture,
a little bit,
Gary.
in that
I
sense
haven't
I
been
am.
to Palm Springs.
No,
so
and lo and behold, it's damn time you went, because I've taken the few over there for a conference this year to see the homes of all the movie stars and all the fascinating places that were established in the mid-century. Well, I tell you what, Phil, 27 Aruna Road, Caulfield North would not look out of place in Palm Springs. This is the most magnificent mid-century architecturally designed home, Philip, on a beautiful parcel of land, a beautiful home in terms of accommodation with 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, plenty of parking, Philip, and on a lovely parcel of land of some 900 square metres. Philip, this is one of the iconic homes of Caulfield North in one of the best streets in the Golden Mile, bringing it at you.
What I love about those 60s homes? They are built old school, which is double brick, concrete slabs.
You just can't build that now. It's too expensive.
No one does.
No
In
one's got
fact,
the money
not
for
only
it.
is it too expensive, but the skills just aren't there anymore.
No.
So you buy one of those, you're buying something. It's a bit like, the European villages where, 300-year-old houses are still standing because they're built so well.
Phil, this is a beauty. It's going up for auction. It's a forthcoming auction. It's our feature property of the week, and Joel Sir has been hounding it together with his team. So please make sure that you speak to Joel. Ooh, got a little bit of a musical, bit of a dance going on there. Make sure that you see that home, speak to Joel about it. It's a beauty. Phil, auctions this weekend.
How many have we got, Gary?
We've got plenty. We can't wait for the weekend, Phil, because we're just rolling them out already midweek, and we've actually got one tonight.
Yes.
So you better get your roller skates on, Phil.
Gary, I'm pumped and ready. Tell us about this.
Well, you can tell us about this, Phil, because this is one of the best looking homes that we've had the pleasure of marketing in 2023, and it's in Myrtle Street, St Kilda East, Phil.
What a great street just off Glenara Road. So you've got Glen Huntly Road and the Glenara village of Ripponlea on your doorstep. This is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a wonderful parcel of land, just the most beautiful home, Gary.
Have yourself a little rest on Wednesday from auctioning, Phil, but we're going to get you back out on Thursday during the day and in the PM, Philip, later in the day as well. Jasper Road, Bentley, what a great block of apartments
Gary,
this is.
6 fabulous apartments. These are all very large, very spacious apartments and a beautiful parcel of land. So much to love. What a great investment. Buy this, put it into the portfolio, live happily ever after.
Philip, I was lucky enough to run into the vendors of the next home we're going to review in Armand Street. We sold this property to them some 30 years ago, Philip, one of our early sales in our long real estate lives. This is 49 Armand Street, Caulfield South. This is one of the best looking iconic homes that you're going to see in Caulfield South, one of the great offerings of 2023.
Gary, what a magnificent home. This is 5 bedrooms, plenty of bathrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2 studies, off-street car parking, beautifully renovated throughout, swimming pool, north-facing back garden. And I love Armand Street because you've got Hawthorne Road and Glen Huntly Road literally on your doorstep.
You do indeed, Philip. We've got 9 auctions on Saturday, and they are in 9 different suburbs. Phil, we're going to kick off at 10 a.m. Jeremy Rosens has the auction honours in Bay Street, Port Melbourne.
Gary, he does have the honours, and check out this property, just amazing. And Port Melbourne's where it's all happening. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
Phil, at 11:30 a.m, we've got double auction action. You're going to open your auction account for the weekend in this wonderful home in Albion Street, Caulfield
Gary,
South.
what a stunning home. 3 bedrooms, 3 magnificent bathrooms, off-street car parking for many cars, north-facing rear garden, which has a swimming pool and spa. And this has been delightfully and skillfully renovated by our current owners. It has got all of the charm of an era, but with all of the luxuries of today.
As you'd want it to be. Philip, we're going to be in Caulfield, this time Murray Street, Caulfield, in the Caulfield end, not the Elsternwick end of Murray Street, which it does run through, 4105 Murray Street, Caulfield.
Check out the size of this apartment. It's absolutely enormous. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, carport, storeroom, balcony. It is incredible. That's a very hard to find product.
Phil, we've got 4 auctions at 12:30, and we love Queens Road and St Kilda Road. We do so well there, Philip. We are constantly selling apartments
there. We should open an office in St Kilda Road.
Why not do that?
I think let's do that.
Yeah,
I'll get on it.
Good.
I'll spend a lot of money
Do
on
it today.
refurb somewhere.
Oh, I can't wait for
2
that.
bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a basement car parking, a storeroom, a gorgeous modern building, and of course, you've got Albert Park Lake directly across the road.
Absolutely.
How good is that?
You'll be able to enjoy the Grand Prix from there, Philip. Now, you might think that we're on repeat or something's wrong with your system. There isn't.
Do not adjust your screen.
Do not adjust your screen or system. But it just so happens we're back in Myrtle Street, Philip. We've got double Myrtle action. 12:30 Saturday, another beautiful looking period
Gary,
home.
like you, this home is pretty as a picture. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking, really good floor plan, great opportunity to get into an incredible location.
Another fine address, Philip, is Clarence Street. Oh, we just sold a good house in Duke Street, which is around the corner from this. And
We
done
did,
to the
Gary.
buyer and seller of that home too. But Philip, 50 Clarence Street, Elsternwick is going to be sold.
Gary, lots of opportunity here. 516 square metres of land, a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom home. You can move into it, you could refurbish it, you could use the land subject to council approval, but great location, great spot, great home.
Phil, I don't think the homes come grander than this one, Philip. We are going to Hawthorne East to auction one of the most magnificent homes being offered in Hawthorne East and
Gary,
in fact Melbourne.
shout out to Dizzy and Jack Slater who are handling this property. Dizzy Wang and Jack Slater combining to sell 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, car parking for 3 cars, a swimming pool, parquetry floors. Everything that opens and shuts doesn't get much bigger or better than that.
5 Bella Vista Road, Philip's a home that we've had some involvement with in the past, and happily so. We're back at 1:30 on Saturday.
What a stunning renovation. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Bella Vista is just one of those incredible locations where you can walk to Glenferrie Road, Wattletree Road, the Malvern train station, the tram in Hawthorne Road, Caulfield Park. That little pocket there, I love.
And when you leave Bella Vista Street, you can say, Hasta la vista,
Bella Vista.
which you don't get to say with many
No,
other streets
and that
in
would
Rhyme.
be an absolute unique selling proposition.
Exactly
Gary.
right, Phil. Remember that for you when you do the auction on Saturday. At 1:30 p.m, Graham Callan opens his auction account in Rail Street, Carnegie.
Where he and Dan Dyson have been so active, the two of them are handling this property, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 secure basement car parking, and the most incredible view.
We are setting Caulfield North alight on Sunday, Philip. We've got 10 auctions, most of them in Caulfield North, a couple in Caulfield. Let's kick off at 10:30 in Narrong Road.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. Check out the parquetry floors, magnificent apartment.
You go have yourself a little sleep in, Phil. You can start at 11:30 on
Yes,
Sunday.
I'm going to.
And you can start in 16 Tennyson Avenue, Caulfield North, one of the best
Well,
offerings.
I'm going to bounce the ball at 11:30 for this home, Gary, because it has a tennis court, it has a swimming pool, it has the most incredible home that feels and looks like it's brand new, because it was designed and built by DDB Design, and they build quality real estate. Fabulous vendors there who have lived in this home, loved every moment of it, but they're downsizing, Gary. They're moving on, which is somebody's good fortune.
It will be indeed one of the best offerings of the year again there. Caulfield North, Philip, 206 at 100 Hawthorne Road is a very affordable property, Philip, that Jeremy Rosen's auctions to
Gary, if you like cafes, this property sits in Cafe Central. You just go downstairs and you really don't need a car.
Nope.
This property has 2 car parks, which is a bonus, because if
too many almost.
If you live there, you don't need a car, because
Rent it
you've
out.
got the best cafes, you've got a supermarket across the road, you've got the park, you've got 2 trams, so you can have 2 cars as well if you want.
You've got it all, Phil, there, haven't you? We've got a very, very popular home being auctioned in Anderson Street at 12:30. Philip, you're going to be busy at this auction taking bids, I feel.
Well, Gary, this is a great house, and shout out to the owners of this property who we've acted for so many transactions across the journey. A wonderful family, special people selling a special house, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, low maintenance family living in a top street.
202 at 337 Balaclava Road. I have the pleasure of auctioning this apartment, Philip, and I'm loving auctioning these apartments because they've all been flying.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, but one of the unique selling propositions here, its USP, has to be that incredible terrace balcony that comes off the gorgeous light-filled lounge dining kitchen.
Phil, Hartley Avenue, Caulfield, very close to the town hall, a great street. We're auctioning Unit 2 at 5 to 7, Jeremy Rosen's auctions.
Single-story villa, Gary, with absolutely everything. And, you know, this could be easily a 3-bedroom, a 1 bathroom. It's got a lock-up garage, courtyard gardens. It's a ripper.
The numbers have been nuts at 12 Lambert Street, Philip, Lambert Road in Caulfield North. We've had huge numbers, a lot of interest. We've actually adjusted the price guide in the interests of guiding buyers where it looks like the interest may be, but it's hard to know whether the interest will stop there or still continue because it has been so popular.
I'm looking forward to doing that auction, Gary. That is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for maybe 3 cars, including a lock-up garage. This is beautiful. We've sold this over the journey before. It's always performed well because Lambert is an incredible location.
When you go have yourself a lovely time there, Phil, I won't be able to join you because I'm going to be at 14 Powderham Road in Caulfield North, right on the corner of Keverell Street. This is a great period home on a beautiful parcel of land, Phil. Very excited to be doing that auction at 1:30 p.m.
You should be, Gary. That should go well. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking via a lock-up garage, but it's a really good corner.
First time offered in many, many years. Philip, at 2:30 you're going to be in Ontario Street, one of the prestige streets of Caulfield North.
Gary, this is the most beautiful architect-designed home and fabulously built on 806 square metres of land, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, swimming pool. And when you stand in the back garden of that home, you feel like you're in Port Douglas. That is a luxury home at an irreplaceable value.
You bring down the curtain at 4:30, Philip, on another iconic address. This time we're in Kooyong Road on the corner
of Airdrie. And
right.
Airdrie is not a $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 million street. We've sold a house in excess of $8 million in that street. And there's a couple of homes there, Gary, if we could get them to the market, maybe $10 million.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And this is the most incredible opportunity because it's 1,073 square metres with a 50-metre frontage to Airdrie Road. So it's a Kooyong address of 21 metres. We've got over 1,000 square metres, in fact 1,073 square metres, together with plans for the most stunning family home. You could build that one or you could build your own, but that is an incredible property.
And that's a big wrap. I can't join you there, unfortunately, because I've got to go on a plane going to a conference in Sydney with Kylie, Philip.
Yes.
To a real estate conference to make sure that we stay on the cusp of greatness, Philip, and not the cusp, but
Gary,
ahead of greatness.
There's an old saying which says, the more you learn, the more you earn.
Yes.
So goodness knows you need to learn a lot
for
more.
Sure. And I need to teach you a lot that I learn as well. Hopefully some good stuff will be found there at that conference, Philip. Looking forward to that in Sydney.
This has been a big edition of GPTV. We could call this the Phillips Disastrous Face Edition, or we could find a real estate term. But thank you for looking at me through the course of this, because goodness knows when I saw myself in the mirror this morning, my eyes started to run. I got a bit of a shock. I thought, whoa, who is that? And then I realised it was me.
Yes, the Weeping Eye Edition, you could call it. The Weeping, yes.
Viewers, thanks for watching.
Hang on, we're not finished. Don't wind up yet. You know, you can just stay there with your Chernobyl face, and let me just talk a little bit about some of the feedback we've been getting, because we sat down a few weeks ago and Deb from our Murrumbeena office said, "Oh, I like it, you know, with you seated."
The seated
edition,
It was.
And then John said it looks uncomfortable and gives a show an I'm tired look. And all apologies to Madeline Kahn. I have to find out what the Madeline Kahn part about. That was Lily von Stupp, I think. She was Madeline. She played. I don't know the relevance, Phil, but we'll work it out and I'll come back to you next week. But Phil. The competition as well. There was a couple of comments about the neural pathways. So you're creating those neural pathways, but in Gary's camp, this was from Sandy, who won our competition.
Did we announce it last week?
We gave to Sandy,
Great.
To Sandy. So she agrees, you know, energetic. We've got to be on our feet, Philip. I can't sit down at the best of times.
Mind you remember Michael Parkinson had a show where he would Parko, where he'd sit down and interview people. Always had a great feel to it.
Yeah, but he was a professional.
I must say, well, absolutely, he's paid a lot of money to be able to be good.
Exactly. We're just trying to get by.
We're just trying hard.
Just trying hard, trying hard with our audience of 6 people or so. Hey, Phil, John also said
move it on,
he loves watching the updates in sunny Florida, so we're reaching John in Florida. Glad for that. And we've got an image of the Three Stooges here. And
what was that about?
That was about your suit. They've got the image of the Three Stooges here saying they don't need a fourth Stooge. I might find a way to see if we can put that image up. So thank you to Ted for that as well, which we had a little bit of fun with. So thanks, Ted, and good to hear from you. That is a big wrap on this edition of GPTV. We are well into March. We've got a little bit of a run before Easter, Philip, and then there's a little break, and then it all happens through until winter. We'll continue to bring you the real estate news. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Thanks for watching.